I am Jason Abraham, the Shadow Teacher, 33. And one of the big obstacles in goal actualization or manifestation is the gap between the 3D and the 5D. Or, in other words, the gap between where one is right now and the place where you are one with your desire, where you've actualized, you've achieved your desire. And a big part of the process is the visualization of where you want to be, visualizing and affirming in the present what you want to manifest into your life, what you want to achieve and become in harmony with and resonance with. But if it was just that simple, then we would have more people flawlessly, instantly manifesting and having greater success with this process. So, along the way, one of the big challenges is this inner resistance, is the disbelief that we have when we have a desire that seems so far off, so far away from where we are, and looking at the place and time of where we are right now. And in order to become in resonance with our desire, in order to actually manifest our desire, we've got to get through the resistance. We have to reduce the resistance. The late professional wrestler and motivation speaker Jim Hellwig, the Ultimate Warrior, he had a YouTube channel I used to watch and really enjoyed. It was a motivation channel, and he called this great enemy to one's goals Mr. Resistance. And he had these fiery promos, these massively intense promos that would get you up, where he'd be calling out Mr. Resistance. He would go off and say, "Fuck you, Mr. Resistance! You will not get in my way!" Super intense, stuff like that. So he summoned essentially a spirit of anger, summoned some fire, and said, "No, Mr. Resistance, you are not going to get the better of me." He got mad. The only thing is, this works. Anger absolutely works as a fuel to overcome resistance, but I find anger to be a fast-burning fuel. I find it not sustainable. And I find too much anger over time actually increases the resistance. It creates more resistance. So, looking at Dr. David Hawkins, his map of consciousness, a more effective emotional state in overcoming resistance is acceptance. Acceptance of where you are. Now, acceptance does not mean resignation. It doesn't mean you're quitting and you're resigning yourself to your current state, which is in the distance from what you desire to be, what your goal is. Acceptance is simply saying, this is where I am. It's not permanent, but this is where I am today. I'm going to make the most of it. I'm going to make the most of what's available right here and right now, and use what I have right now, taking small action steps that eventually are going to shape me into the person that is at one with that desire, that is, in fact, manifesting that vision that you see in the 5D, the vision of you in the future. When we're able to do this and simply accept, this is where we are, this is my process, and I'm okay with my process, I'm okay with who I am, I'm okay with where I am on my journey, then this reduces that resistance. This is not holding two different realities to where our inner belief is sabotaging us with more resistance because we just don't have enough proof in our reality that we could actually accomplish the thing we want to accomplish. When we have that level of acceptance and we start to take action where we are, relevant action with what we have to work with, then it's much easier to be in harmony with where we want to go, who we want to be, that future version of us. And again, the more we can be at peace with ourselves, the more our beliefs become congruent with where we're going, who we are becoming, then the greater likelihood of the goal being achieved, of the manifestation happening, increases dramatically. So acceptance, again, that's on the positive scale, like with the Hawkins scale. You have the positive emotions that are rooted, I believe peace is the highest one on the list, but they're more rooted in positive states and happiness, and the lower are rooted in suffering. And so anger, again, it's a transitional lower emotion. It's actually, again, it's an emotion that pulls you from these lower states of suffering, but it's still in the lower state, and it is not sustainable to be fueled by anger to overcome resistance. Again, from my experience. So, acceptance, looking at where we are, looking at what we can do right now, being able to love ourselves and accept ourselves for who we are in the moment, and accepting that we are in the process of achieving the wish desired. We are in the process of becoming the person we intend to be. With that being said, I'm going to end this transmission. Be strong. Be well, my friends, and I will see you on the other side.